up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of WB Content. And today is the day of the Elimination Chamber live in Chicago, CM Punk's hometown, which, yes, he will be defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor, which definitely puts him in the front lines where he's going to put his main event, a WrestleMania match on the line, and we all know it's going to be an insane match. Plus, let's not forget we got AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. AJ Lee's first singles match in over a decade since coming back to WWE. And then we got the men's elimination chamber, we got the women's elimination chamber, and right now the drama has just begun. Last night's SmackDown was already chaos. Although I wouldn't say I'm surprised because if you think about it, every Friday night before PLE, it's always something crazy. The last minute promos, last minute crazy talks, last minute matches like a preview for the before the actual match coming up the night of, and then of course you got crazy brawls coming in about the arena with the championships and the contenders and the security guards getting involved somehow, masked man's coming in about. So last night was just a freaking sight to see. And then out of nowhere, from left field, Jey Uso gets injured from out of nowhere, and now his spot from the Elimination Chamber was open for grabs. And then it's like, Drew McIntyre comes out, he's talking this big talk, but Cody comes out and he's like, enough with the talks, enough with the fighting. The reason why you're a champion, the reason why you're hiding from everybody is because you're a little bitch. And if anybody remembers, I went to SmackDown one time before WrestlePalooza. Cody and Drew had that contract signing, and after Drew, he had the big talk and he beat the crap out of Cody. In my words, I said, "You're nothing but a whiny little bitch." And I still stand to that opinion to this day. I still stand on it. Nay, I will stand on it till the day he retires or the day he's in the Hall of Fame. I will still call him that because he really is. And then, of course, you got the other contenders. You got Randy Orton coming in talking about he wants to beat John Cena's record. You got Trick Williams, the new Hollywood Hogan. Everybody keeps talking about, which in my opinion, that's not even the case. But he's talking about how he wants to beat everybody's record. He wants to be the main guy for SmackDown. You got Javon Evans, the youngest guy out of all the competitors competing in Elimination Chamber. And then he talks about how he's going to be the youngest one to win a championship and then beat Randy Orton's record, like how he was a champion and in his 20s. Like that right there, that segment was dope. And then LA Knight comes in. He talks about how everybody's got a promise. Everybody wants to be a champion, but at the end of the day, the chosen one wants to be a champion. The mega star, the real one who's been in this company for so long that he wants to be a champion. Like that opening segment just took it to the top. And then who comes in? Then the Vision. Now we all remember Bronson Reed, he got injured, so he couldn't win the Elimination Chamber qualifying match, and that was Jey Uso that one. And who comes in? Then Austin Theory, Logan Paul, and Paul Heyman, which by the way, right now the Vision's just pathetic as we know it, so I'm not even getting into that because that's just stupid. And then Jacob Fatu. Now we all know Fatu has history with Cody and Drew that dates back to, I think, before SummerSlam and everything that turned to chaos. Now that was his cousin Jay. Like that's his family. So it's like, you come after my family, you're gonna come after me. This is not cool. Like I want to be in this so I can beat you guys up to go after the guy who's been destroying my family and my reputation. So honestly, that just makes sense. Like basically the whole concept of SmackDown was like, who attacked who attacked Jey Uso, and then of course you got the women's elimination chamber, and then before all of that, Rhea and Io defend the tag team titles against Lash and Nia. Like, oh my god, what happened? Like, seriously, you're really gonna lose. The night before Elimination Chamber, Rhea, you're going to lose a tag team title with your best friend against your two former rivals. Like, what were you thinking? I'm not gonna lie, it was a really good match. I'm not gonna lie, it was a good match, decent. The girls did their thing. Io was awesome. Lash, she did impress me a little bit. Nia, she was doing really good thus far. So far, what she's been doing the past few weeks back in the ring. So I'm not even gonna lie, it was a good match. But I just wish they wouldn't have done this the night before Elimination Chamber, because that's just sending all crazy mixed signals, as it is, because half of the women in the Elimination Chamber are in tag teams. So I thought that's definitely going to solidify either a breakup in a tag team or basically a revenge plot or whatever to WrestleMania. But we'll get into that after Elimination Chamber. So, and then oh yeah, on top of that, we got the crate. We still got the crate, and no one knows what's in the crate. And it could be anybody. It could be a former WWE superstar. It could be a new WWE superstar. It could be a celebrity that we don't know. It could be a celebrity that we all know, and he's coming back to WWE. It's just a pure bunch of chaos. And then speaking of chaos, the main event. The main event that came between Jiga Fatu, Logan Paul, number one contenders match to face in the Elimination Chamber match that's taking over Jay's place. And the whole time I'm like, what the hell is going on? You got Fatu by himself, and then you got Cody, and then you got Logan Paul. He's got the vision or whatever. And by the way, that was pathetic of him. But it's like the whole match was just insane. And then the masked man, who was not the masked man, need I tell you, who was not the masked man, he was a decoy. And I can tell it was a decoy because the way Logan Paul hit him, a wrestler would have gotten up and beat the crap out of him. But that wasn't a wrestler. That was just maybe it was a decoy. Like I said, it could have been a security guard, it could have been somebody working for somebody else, but that wasn't the real masked man. The real masked man is going to be at the Elimination Chamber and cause Logan Paul his match. I mean, it was that obvious. Either Fatu was going to win, but I knew Logan Paul was going to win because, the vision and Seth Rollins and the history and whatever. But what I didn't know was that Drew McIntyre was going to come in and sabotage the whole thing. I'm like, but at the end, I'm like, I should have known because he's scared. Drew McIntyre is scared of Jacob Fatu. He knows what Fatu's capable of. He knows his family. He knows the bloodline. Hello, he's been trying to tear down Samoans for the past 3 years in the company. But all of a sudden, Jacob Fatu comes out and he wants to destroy everything that Drew had that made him get injured and he was out for a couple months, which makes sense. Like I said, these wrestlers who are brand new, fresh from NXT or fresh from Japan or Mexico or whatever, they're not here to make friends. They're not here to become tag team champions. No, they're here to become the main guy, main WrestleMania, and become the world champion. That's it. And for Jacob, it's more, right now it got personal because this is more than about a title or a revenge match against Drew. This is about family. Like somebody hurt his cousin on his home turf, and now he's about to go haywire and go crazy on a bunch of people because they hurt his cousin, and because we all know Drew McIntyre is so scared because he knows all these guys can beat him, he wants to sabotage everybody's match. He tried to sabotage Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu the first time they qualified for the Elimination Chamber match, and look what happened, Drew. Cody came with the clutch and he beat Sami Zayn. So what you guys say about that, bro? Like I said, right now, I thought Drew was going to redeem himself as a champion, but so far he's just the same guy I remember back 2 years ago when he wasn't a champion and he was pissed at Cody, he was pissed at the world, he was pissed at Damian Priest at some point. It was just weird. And then I'm like, Drew, you talk all this crap about how, oh, CM Punk screwed me over, Damian Priest screwed me over, the company screwed me over. So what do you call when you sabotage two matches, two of them, including was Jigga Fatu? What do you call when you berate the Golden Boy, burn a picture of him and his father from his tour bus? Oh, and yeah, what do you call when you hurt somebody, get them injured, and they're out for months at a time to miss the biggest event of the year so you can still be a champion? That's not screwing them over. That's not sabotaging people. You keep saying that everyone screwed you over, but you're the one that's screwing people over. And you know what? You're just like everybody else, Drew. You're just like everybody else who sabotages matches, makes sure no one gets your title, and then, best of all, your title reign freaking sucks, bro. I mean, what? You barely defended it. You're not even that good of a champion, and you talk all this talk, but you don't man up to it. You don't prove yourself that you're a champion. And I keep saying, and I sound like a broken record every time I keep saying this, prove me wrong be a fighting champion and be the champion that everybody wants to see when they go to main events, when they go to Monday Night Raws, when they go to SmackDown, when they go to PLEs. Make them believe that you're the best of the best and you deserve to be a champion. Right now, you're not. The people who deserve to be a champion is Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, Sami Zayn, Randy Orton, Javon Evans, Damian Priest, Finn Balor. Let's see, what other person am I thinking of? Oh yeah, Jimmy Uso. You're nothing but a whiny little prick. And at the end of the day, when either Cody beats you at WrestleMania or Randy Orton beats you at WrestleMania, hell, even if Sami Zayn has a match at WrestleMania and it's going to be either a fatal four-way or a triple threat match, I don't care what. But at the end of the day, one of those guys will beat you and you will never see a champion again in your life. So, SmackDown was a little bit crazy. I can admit that. But now we're getting to Elimination Chamber, which we all know is going to be crazy as it is. I mean, now Logan Paul slot he's now in Elimination Chamber, but we all know the match is going to come out, destroy everything for Logan Paul, which leads to, of course, a potential match at WrestleMania between Logan and Seth, or Austin Theory and Seth. That'd be pretty cool. Of course, we have the crate, which we're gonna find out at Elimination Chamber. I don't know if we're gonna do it like at the beginning of the matches or the end, like the main event fight, which is the men's Elimination Chamber match, and then whoever comes out of the crate's gonna like destroy the winner or whatever. But either way, we will find out, and it's gonna be a surprise to see. For Becky Lynch and AJ Lee, look, I like Becky, but I want AJ Lee to win. I want her to win. Look, I was happy when she came back in the day when I used to watch wrestling with John Cena. I was a huge fan of her. I loved her. I loved her outfits, her moves, the way she maneuvered around the ring. She was like one of the best divas of the era of that time. So I'm glad she's coming back and fighting against Becky Lynch. I mean, it was bound to happen. Now with CM Punk and Finn Balor, I don't know. It's a tough call. I mean, I love CM Punk, born and raised Chicago dude, he's all about community, the people that he loves. He loves wrestling, even though back in the day he had some issues with people. Then he left, went to the rival company, talked smack about WWE, but he came back and now he's been doing great thus far, which I'm so proud of. And then there's Finn Balor, the inaugural Universal Champion, the Prince, the Demon, the former Bullet Club member. Like, I don't know how this is going to end for him because, like I said, I want him to be a champion. I really do. I think he has great potential. He's been doing great thus far. And the way he's playing up his character, like, I'm done playing nice. I'm done being a sideline character. I'm done with everything that's going on with the Judgment Day. Like, just give me a chance. Give me a title shot. And the way he spoke out about it, I mean, at first I felt bad, but I knew that he really wanted to do this. Like, he wanted to be in the main event picture. He wanted to go to WrestleMania to main event. He wanted to be a champion. So between these two guys, I don't know. And then anything could happen. If y'all remember the Judgment Day, they've always known how to get under people's skin and sabotage people's matches, especially when it comes to their own people. I mean, come on, we remember SummerSlam, like what, 2 years ago, Damian Priest was Money in the Bank, and then his briefcase cost Finn Balor's match not once but twice against Seth Rollins at the time. I mean, basically, it could be anybody's game. It could be anybody's match, anybody's title. But at the end of the day, we must ask ourselves: do we want this person to be a champion, or do we want something different, something bold, brand, and new? Because WrestleMania is literally around the corner as we speak. Like, I don't know. Tonight is going to be insane. And then, for all my AAA fans out there, tonight after Elimination Chamber, 11 o'clock on YouTube Live, AAA is going to have one of their events close to Ley de Reyes, I think, next month, where we're all going to see Vinkingo versus Dominic Mysterio, which the simulation's still intact, that if Dominic Mysterio loses, he has to leave AAA out forever. Now, I don't want to get into that because that's another conversation we got to talk about. But we'll talk about that after Elimination Chamber, after AAA. We go to Monday Night Raw, the aftermath after Elimination Chamber, and we all know that's going to be a crazy walk in the park to get to WrestleMania. So Saturday night's going to be a crazy night, and I'm so excited for the matches. Well, that's all I have for today, guys. Be sure to watch Elimination Chamber live 7 o'clock Eastern Time on the ESPN app if you got it. If you don't, then get the bundle, get subscription, and get ready for the craziest PLE of your life. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I'll talk to you guys soon.